So
Essentially, with the way he had handled it when it happened accidentally in call, I assumed he'd be pretty fine with it. But...
yeah, I think things will be
Wait a
okay.
second, I am great.
We're live. We're live.
Fucking
We're live. I want you to know we're live.
Oh my god, we're live. That's
we're
sick.
live.
I gotta refresh the page.
I am dead.
Oh wait, no, wait. I gotta find. Okay, I was stuck in the last.
He lied.
Time to pick shows.
But Sean,
Yeah. Welcome back,
My God.
everybody.
A famous VTuber made joined.
made.
Made him into a
Oh,
fan.
that's not where that link goes.
It's,
It does not go there.
oh, that's funny.
I'm not gonna post it in some of the other places. It's fine. No one ever clicks those links anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back and ready to pick shows, and you might notice that I am joined by my compatriots, my fellow podcast co-hosts, Michael, Mason, John, and a new person in call. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, I'm Austin. You may know me from various tales and illusions in some of the previous episodes. And probably that's it.
Wonderful,
you know,
wonderful. Now,
hello.
unfortunately, I have a bad track record with new people on this podcast. So I do have to vet you real quick.
Bad track.
So I do have a couple of questions. It'll be a quick 10-question interview process. So let's get this started. First off, do you go by a normal name or a screen name where I'm going to have to eventually edit my overlay so that your screen name reflects your actual real name? And if so, does your screen name happen to have the exact same number of letters as your normal name so that I can do a really shitty job of it?
Hold on, could you say that one more time?
Do you go by a normal name or a screen name?
No, the whole
Oh,
thing.
the whole bit? Well, I'm just concerned that you might go by a screen name and then halfway through the season, I'm going to realize that you have a screen name and not a normal name, and we're going to get uncomfortable, and I'm going to have to make it a normal name, and then I have to go through the whole overlay process. So, can I just call you Austin?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Question number 2. Are you prepared to find out that you have garbage anime opinions?
Do you think I don't know that already?
Perfect. You're going to fit in great. Now these next 2 questions, I think you're going to do fine because you're friends with John, but I just want to double check. Firstly, are you guilty of repeating someone's sentence word for word and or reposting a link that has been put in a group chat verbatim?
I am usually the one that he usually copies.
Perfect. You're going to fit in great here. I really need him to have his headset on for the next one. It'd be great if he's going to walk away again.
Oh, he's back. Okay.
Yo, perfect. So good. We 3 questions through, and you are looking stellar so far. Question number 4. Do you think that you are going to talk over Mason and not realize you're talking over Mason and make Mason very upset for the remainder of the podcast?
Absolutely.
Perfect. This one's a more standard question. There's no bit assigned to this. Are you committed to watching 33 episodes of anime this season?
Unfortunately, yes, I am.
Okay, wonderful. You might notice, viewers at home, that's 33, not 36. We'll get into it in a little bit. Next question. I'm going to give you a scenario. I just want to know how you would respond. So you're here on the podcast with us, and there's a very phenomenal show, great show. It's doing great. We get to the end of the discussion episode, and you get a nice Google survey sheet from me. What are you going to select? If it's a good show, you really like it, what option are you going to pick for that show?
What is theirs?
Yeah, there are 2 options. What option are you going to pick?
That's safe.
Perfect. Now, next question, and I want you to think very carefully about this because you could give the wrong answer here, and if you do, you only get to make this mistake like 3 times, or else we do have to get you off the podcast. So, there was a really horrible, bad, awful dog shit show on the podcast. So obviously you're not going to save it. What option are you going to do?
Obviously, I save it because that's the one I probably picked, and
Okay.
I regret it, but I want to stay on the pot. Yeah, no,
Okay, but
I slay it.
You slay it? Perfect. Okay, good. You're cleared. As long as you know you got to say slay, we're all fine. You pass. Good quota. Again, you get like 3 of those mix-ups, and you'll be okay. I know I fucked that up. Here are 2 questions that are completely normal, and that have once again no baggage tied to it. What would you say is your favorite anime?
Eurocamp.
Okay, okay. Previously on the podcast, notoriously, I have been sent to hell for things I have said about that show, all of which I regret. And off just making it clear. And then because this is gonna really flush out the dynamic of this podcast, what is your preferred anime genre?
Generally slice of life / romance. Notorious shonen hater.
Okay, okay, interesting. What a neat dynamic we're gonna have here. Finally, this is really important for us. We are both an audio and visual podcast, so I'm gonna need to know if you do have a webcam. And while you get that set up, really happy to have you here. We're really kind of hitting all our quotas. This sounds perfect. Glad to have just another one of the guys. Everybody always says we need a little bit more diversity here. I think 5 white guys. What a great podcast for us. How's the webcam going? You good?
Yeah,
Oh.
about that.
Oh shit.
Can you turn up the brightness on like
Ooh.
your light by chance?
I know.
Austin?
Hold on. I can. Not now, but I can get that ready for the next season. I got
It's
it.
okay,
Don't worry.
Sean. Listen, actually, I just
There,
got.
is this white enough for you? Is this white enough for you?
I actually just got a
Good.
call from HR, Sean. I got to talk to you about this, Mr. Sean,
Oh,
as
wait,
our
gotta-
podcast.
Gotta make
HR
up
advised
for
me that
it.
we do actually need to meet a certain quota of diverse individuals.
Amber's voice doesn't count.
So no, unfortunately, they don't care about gender because they only see race. But
Okay.
so I think it's actually this is a pretty good hire for us. Even though also I'll have to talk to you about the
He-
interview later. But
I mean,
that's
he,
okay.
he. What do you mean? He passed every question.
That's not the issue.
Oh, okay.
That's not the
Okay.
issue
There
with
was
the
there were
interview.
there were problems in there. I didn't. Okay.
I
Well,
didn't
we'll-
want to rephrase most questions. but
ideally, we won't have a problem with it. We should never have to hire a new person.
Okay.
Again, our track record of new people on the podcast and sticking with it is phenomenal.
We usually
but-
honestly stay with the exact
Same.
same group of people.
I
Okay,
mean-
but we have an
very
important question
consistently.
from chat. Do you fuck with One Piece?
I fuck with One Piece.
How much do you fuck with
Let's
One
go, new
Piece?
guy.
Are you caught up?
I
presume.
I am about a year and a half behind because
Oh,
I was
no.
waiting for the problem that I have with One Piece is that if I read it week by week, I forget about what happened in the last week
Mm.
before the current week's chapter. So I have to wait until like the end of an arc, and I just haven't had the opportunity to get caught up on the last arc before this current arc.
Well, I got good news for you. You can catch up. We are free.
Crazy how that works.
Yeah. I would pitch this next question from chat too, but I don't even have an answer to this. So we're gonna keep moving on.
Oh man.
What, Michael? Do you have a preferred favorite protein?
Um,
That's what I
probably-
thought. Let's move.
chicken thighs kind of go crazy.
Chicken, yeah.
So
I don't
Absolute
know
nonsense
what
happening
I
in
don't
chat.
know what defines thick or thin frame glasses. I just have glasses. Also, you can see my glasses, so take that as you will.
Yeah, we do actually have more blind people than not blind people on the podcast now.
Fuck, Michael, we're outnumbered.
Damn.
This is the true
I guess you could
DEI
say
that
you
we were
Didn't
told
see it
about.
coming.
No,
so
you did.
No, I did see it coming actually.
Yeah.
So let's get into why we're here. So first major change, obviously, aside from new addition. Welcome, Austin. Glad to have you. Great to meet you. Thank you all for sticking with our horrible bits. It's surely the last time you'll ever have to deal with one of those.
Definitely.
but,
Absolutely.
So thing we decided was that perhaps, maybe, just a little bit, 12 shows is a lot. And really stretches us on the leeway we have between when the new season starts and the time we finish the last episode into when the new season starts. Now we have like a little bit of an extra leeway room if we need to take a week off. It's also just as crazy as it sounds, 3 whole less episodes is immensely more helpful. Now you might be thinking,
There's an entire less hour of
Yeah.
anime for the first
now
episode.
you might be thinking, 11 episodes, that's a silly number. Well, all of us are going to be picking 2 shows today. And then we're going to talk about the last show. We're going to figure out what that last show is. We're going to figure out how we're doing it. Live
The last
on
show will
air.
certainly exist.
Crazy one right there, Jeff. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
My answer to that's probably spinach.
Nope.
Asparagus is OP. You can't change my mind on that. Unless you're
I
counting
will.
potato as a vegetable.
No,
No, it's
I
not.
don't.
I'm a broccoli
It's not.
stan. I'm a broccoli stan. You
No,
can't
no,
convince
it's
me.
potatoes are a tuber. I
Uh,
think. I don't
Big
remember.
asparagus gamer. Asparagus
so
OP.
like asparagus is pretty OP.
Honestly, could be nerfed next batch.
Cauliflower, pretty damn good. Broccoli, also pretty good.
Yeah.
I like most root vegetables.
Okay, cool. Glad that we've settled this all out. Before we get sidetracked anymore, anyone got a wheel already? Anyone got a?
I
anyone?
got you.
Cool,
Hold on.
perfect. Bring
We
that.
can have wheel guy do wheels.
Bring that up.
I've just become wheel guy, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you did not know, we're gonna do something real fun here. We got a wheel ready for you, and what's gonna happen with this wheel is we're gonna put our names on it, as Mason is doing, and we're gonna spin the wheel. And now the person whose name it lands on is going to get removed from the wheel until there is only one name left, and that
Guys,
person
this is
will
actually
pick.
so optimal.
We'll pick
We get-
first, and then we're
get
going
more.
to repeat this process until we have decided the picking order. So the person whose name is left on
Oh, we
the
don't
wheel.
have the funny
is
bit
the one-
anymore. No.
Don't worry, it's gonna get replaced with something equally ridiculous. We just
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
it yet. So we're gonna spin this wheel down. The person who's left on the wheel is gonna pick first. We're gonna do that the whole way through, and that's the first step of our wheel picking process. Cool. I am perfectly fine not picking first this season.
You don't want to take the obligatory don.
You think I want to waste one of my 2 show picks on a show that is gonna be good? That's crazy. I'll let one of you guys take Donna Don. I like
You won't
ha-
let Austin
Ah.
do it.
I like being the
no.
I like being
Austin,
the underdog.
Austin's groaning because he knows if he goes after me, he's not getting one of his shows that he wants, probably. Also, Austin didn't
know
send us a
that-
list this season because now he's competitive, so now he's going to keep it to
Oh,
himself.
man.
No, I'm
You-
gonna be
I-
honest. I just kind of forgot.
Okay, John or Mason.
Okay,
John or
Mason, are we
Mason.
handshaking Blue Box and
Why would I
Don?
waste one of my picks on Don when I know someone
Look.
else is gonna
Oh
pick?
no! I don't put me in this situation again.
Well, John,
bro!
congratulations. You're gonna have to
Fuck!
decide what of our stellar shows you're gonna pick first.
No.
Get John. You got time to think, John. I'm sure you've looked at the shows. I'm sure you know
No!
exactly what you want to pick.
I don't even know what
You know
Don is.
And,
All
and
I
he
do is
doesn't
fuck
even get
with
the funny
Twitter.
Austin list this season.
Yeah, he
I
doesn't.
know. I'm scammed, bro.
Cool,
all I know
fine.
is Blue Box good, Don good. That's
Now,
all I
so
know.
what's gonna happen here is after we're done deciding this order, we're then gonna snake backwards. So the person
Oh,
who
no.
picks last is gonna immediately pick again. So cool, Michael, Mason. I hope you guys enjoy picking second. One of you is gonna get to do it.
It's gonna be Michael.
This is also fun
Oh
because
my
this is gonna get to determine
God.
talking order on the podcast. Because what a fun way to decide that. So that means every season you get to hear. This season you get to hear John's voice first every week. That's not true because I opened the podcast, so you get to hear my voice first.
Well, actually, you kind of just
What
started
do
at
you
random
want
times.
first
You can see
every
anybody.
single
Sean's
time?
winning all these wheels, which is losing.
This
Alright,
is
here. It's rolling me. It's rolling me. It's rolling me.
this is all my wheel
No,
luck
it's
for
not.
the
I
entire
mean, you're
season.
not wrong.
Damn
It's all
it.
you to pick.
Holy
So
shit.
Austin?
It's like the one time Mason really wants to go first.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, Mason.
I am so sad.
Now, Mason, see, the beautiful thing is I want to pick last. So thank you, Will. I appreciate that. This
Oh
is
my
great because it
goodness.
means all the good shit
have lost
gets to go, and then I get to
every
just
wheel.
I just get to be goofy the whole way through. So I guess now oh usually I do this and I can do this the way I want to. Hold on, give me a second. We're gonna have this up, and then I get to do this. And then I get to do that, and that keeps the overlay perfect. Woo, let's go. So, we have our fall shows up here on CertifiedLiveChart.com. I don't know why Lockdown's still here. Lockdown's technically not available for pick, because it is short form. We got some silly old shows and some ads. John, you're gonna get to do our first pick of the season. What would you like?
Well, I mean, I kind of had it narrowed down because I know there's 2 shows that are really big that are gonna be good, supposedly, and that's like Don da 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 Don
Yeah,
and Blue
Yeah, that
Box.
one.
can I say something that might help you?
No.
I think it's gonna be the same thing I was gonna say.
Michael
Yeah.
has already
Over
flat out
Coward.
said he does not want to pick Blue Box because he has read it and he does not want to start discussion on it.
That's fine. The issue is, I think Austin's going to pick one of those 2, and he picks third. So,
You need to get some
no,
nonsense in between.
I'll take Don because I know it's going to be good.
Fine.
And I like winning. I'm gonna go ahead and add Blue Box to the list because I know one of you fucks is gonna pick it before it comes back around. But
Oh, with that, Michael, you are up.
So do I pick the thing that I think Sean's gonna pick, or do I let him take?
You
No,
should...
I've been kind of gassing the show up for too long to not immediately take it. I'm taking Sume Show.
Okay.
My wife became an elementary school student.
Every person on the planet who
Excuse me?
Oh, did you not know this was here? Or did you not know that this is what this
is it called?
Oh, John, you don't know. Uh-huh.
Oh,
No,
you
I
don't
don't-
know.
You guys know I do tons of preparation.
I thought
for
you
these
were
seasons.
I thought you
However,
were around for this conversation about this. So this is even Crunchyroll is calling it Suma Show because they understand that calling it if my wife became an elementary school student is probably not a good idea. It's probably going to give people
It's
the
not a
wrong
Drake
idea.
situation. Let's just put it that way.
Look, surely this comes from a podcast that likes Oshinoko, so like, you know we have good opinions
listen,
because the anime community hates Oshinoko largely.
Do they?
The broad general audience looks at Oshinoko's concept and goes, "Ew, cringe, what?"
what is this? Okay,
Thing with an
what is, like,
84
what is the
on
long name for this, Sean?
AniList?
I mean, the shit fucking rules, but Michael,
Sumo
I mean,
Show.
'cause, like, I guess general community isn't people who use Mal and AniList. If you know about those sites, you're already like a nerd.
oh, did I not?
True.
Yeah, I did that right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, are you taking blue box? Are you...
Yeah, I am taking blue box.
Okay,
Ao no hako barubo.
that's gonna be all the way back up towards the top
Okay.
of our way. Mason, you got a very fun decision to make now.
Uh-huh.
There are some interesting things
really
here for
do.
you.
So
Ah, shit! I also want that.
I kind of want to do something a little wild.
Please.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Please.
I'm gonna be
Uh,
so mad. I'm gonna be so mad. And there's no way it's gonna happen to me.
I think I'm gonna pick Mecha Ude.
God damn it!
Yeah.
God damn it, Mason! Ah.
Look, I'm sorry.
can't
John took
believe
Don
you.
Don, so
I was like, surely I can get through 4 straight picks of
Is
no
it
one
Mecha
picking
Ude
the
Mechanical
anime,
Arms?
the anime original, fucking gassed up
Look,
show.
it looks so sick.
It does.
in.
I'm really upset about that now.
Mecha
sorry.
Ude Mechanical
That's
Arms.
fine. That's fine. Now I just have to recalculate my entire thought. It doesn't really matter for me because I get to pick back to back. So I can do. So the question is, do I want to do the one that I know I'm picking right away, or do I want to try to put like the show that I actually think is gonna
No,
be?
no. Give us some suspense.
Okay, so we're gonna get the one out of the way. This is something that I knew right away. This was my pick. That besides everything, I was definitely gonna take. I'm picking. Let This Grieving Soul Retire. Here's my fantasy
Yeah.
pick of the season.
Ah.
I think this
Who
show's
would've
gonna
guessed?
fucking rule. I have to find where it is on.
Wait, Austin, what'd you take?
It's
Blue Box.
under.
Yeah,
it's
that's
2
okay,
under
okay.
Mecha Ude.
Oh,
I knew
perfect.
it.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
I have no
Water's
idea what else I'm gonna
wet.
take.
Water's wet.
But John, if you didn't hear that, that was Let This Grieving Soul Retire.
I did get that one.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm just making sure because sometimes I have to repeat it 7 times by the end of the
Listen.
podcast.
Sometimes I'm like
Uh,
looking it up and I can't find it.
So now the question is, because we're snaking back and it's my turn, it's a matter of what my other show is. So I will speak honestly. Originally, my plan for this season was to let, when we had 4 people, my plan for this season was to let one of you pick Blue Box, one of you pick Don the Don, assume one of you was gonna pick Sumo Show. Which wow, that worked out really well. And I was gonna pick you are Miss Servant because I thought that was kind of the next fucking killer, kind of cool looking show. And then Mecha Ude showed up, and now I'm hurt. But I think I would be remiss if I let one of my favorite studios slip by me. So to hurt Michael, I'm gonna snag Negative Positive Angler from my boys at
Damn
Studio
it.
Nut. Now,
Damn it.
here's the funny thing about this is you
Shame.
might all think that I am making a bit here about them being Studio Nut. What you might not know is that Studio Nut did Decadence, and thus they are my goats. This is also the studio that did Tanya.
And also Bullbuster, I think. Is what
Yeah,
the show is
Bullbuster as
called.
well. Yeah,
Bullbuster by Nut.
by Nut. With that, Mason, we are back to you.
So I have a tough decision right now, and I have 3 shows that I'm looking at, And I'm like, it could be any of these three. And I don't think any of them are what you would expect from me. So I'm just going to run through my thought process on these. So
Cute Slime, Mushroom Pup, and Trillionaire Game.
So you got one of those, right? So Trillion Game is one of them because Madhouse.
Yeah.
I don't think I have to explain anything there. 2 is Ranma because I'm the guy that picks the remakes on this podcast for some reason, but also it's being done by Mappa. So like
Let that not slide the fact that if I had another choice right now, outside of Or Mystery 11th show, mine would be Rama probably.
fair.
I know I just talked around Miss Servant, but like, boy, do I love this author's work.
The other one I'm looking at is Yakuza Fiance because I'm also well known for picking Yakuza shows on this channel.
What do you think you're gonna settle on, Mason?
I think I'm gonna pick Yakuza Fiance because that's the weirdest out of the three, and I expect either Michael or Austin to pick Ranma.
See, I think you say that, and I think there's a very good chance that Rama just is gonna go unpicked for a while.
That's fair, and I'm honestly that's fine.
Where?
I can also just go watch it myself and see if it's another Urusei Yatsura remake.
So I forget me. Where the hell is? Why not have it on here?
Yeah, you do. It's hold on, I'll find it.
There it is. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were more effective ways for me to find it. We are back to you, Austin.
That was one of the ones I was considering. Like, you think that make it easier, and then it just doesn't. So,
Yeah.
do I double down on the same genre, or do I kind of just like send it on potentially a long shot?
Why not both?
Because those are two different shows. Three different shows. I'm gonna go with the other Madhouse show. Let's go with Orb on the Movements of the Earth.
Let's fucking go.
Dude, that means I don't need to think about picking that one.
Very excited for Orb.
Ooh,
Orb.
Get to run this Orb
Orb.
bit every episode of the podcast.
Or
We will be sitting here pondering our orb.
Ooh, you didn't see that. We didn't just
Still-
stream. No stream problems here.
no, definitely not.
So Michael, where do you now?
guys.
It still
Motherfucking
leaves me with
Ghost has another
two.
show.
I really
You still
want.
have contemplation.
I mean, I get you like me. I'll just be open on it. The two that I'm looking at right now are Magic Lumiere, Magical Girls Inc.
Okay.
And where the fuck did it go? That's not the name of the show. That would be a crazy name for a show.
Where the
though.
fuck did it go? Negative positive angler.
And How I Attended an All Guys Mixer.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Next.
On
I have
one
that
hand,
I like leaning towards.
Thing in Jump Plus that seems to be doing really well. On the other hand, Tomboys, and like,
You raise
like-
a good point, man.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Carry on.
I know.
and
what
like realistically, I
lean
could just
towards.
read Magic Lumiere if it's not on podcast.
Yeah.
I
Can
could
you
maybe
pick One
read
Piece fan letter.
All Guys Mixer.
hold
I don't
on, I
actually know. I don't
need
know
to
if that
check-
has them on.
I need to check a stat real quick. I mean, Michael, for what it's worth, no one's picked the JC Staff show yet.
It's kind of amazing considering how fucking many of them there are.
But also,
I don't remember.
Tomboys.
Again, on the other hand, Tomboys.
Could be gay.
There still is the Mystery 11th show.
It appears the All Guys Mixer does have a web manga. The source is said to be a web manga, so I've heard.
Mm. Mm.
So now it's dead even, right?
Yeah.
No, but Tomboy.
So, Michael, I think you've kind of made your choice, and you're trying
Yeah.
to talk yourself out of it.
I know. Like, See, like I was like really like when I first looked at this like set, like every time I look at these things, I see Magically Ran, I go, I want to pick that. That looks super cool. Then I look through the thing and I see the Tomboys, and I go, yeah, I gotta pick Tomboys. Yeah, we're picking Tomboy.
Let's
How
go.
I did it, you know, guys.
Let's
Mixer.
go.
Okay.
Um,
Michael cursing us with a high dive show. Thank you.
thank you,
God
Michael.
damn it, never mind.
Go back, go back, go back, go forward.
Fuck, go back.
We already have 2 Netflix shows. Which ideally that should not cause us problems. My understanding is that Netflix should be airing stuff weekly. Is how everything's been sounding.
Hmm.
Okay, John, we've worked our way back to you. You've had so much time.
Mhm.
Has
So
anything
I
changed?
have actually looked at a couple shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a lot, so I hope
What?
you picked a few.
What the?
Fuck you guys.
And you've settled on
Um,
Dragon Ball Daima, right?
How'd you know? So there's a couple ones I was looking at. Mao
Massive.
2099 looked interesting.
Okay.
Interesting. Okay.
365 Days to the Wedding.
Surprising no one.
That one looks cute. It meets my quota for slice of life shows. There is the isekai that everyone's gonna hate me for picking because it's the healer who was banished from the party is in fact the strongest.
Banished from the parties have
Oh,
notoriously gone really well for you.
Yeah.
It usually goes well. Let's check the genres here: action, adventure, fantasy. Ooh, Sean, it's a fantasy. Could be fun.
I don't mean to try to sway you. Have you looked at tying them out with an Amagi sister?
I thought about it, but then
Okay.
I've also seen Amagi SS, and no,
And you
thank
think the two of those
Oh
are
my
close
Yep.
enough?
God.
Okay.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It can't be any worse than Seiren.
I'm just saying the main character of that show is a medical student, John.
That's wonderful. Anyways,
There's a villainess show this season.
that show has the etchy tag on it, and I know how that goes on the podcast. There's the Do Over Damsel Conquers the Dragon. That one looks really cute. Amber just sent me damn lame dog Inu. Do it, you won't Inu. I don't know what this reference is. Is there a dog show this season?
There's
Yes,
Is it
yeah.
Tono-
It's
Toto no
Kinoko
Inu.
It's a
It's a
Kinoko.
corgi. He's so cute. He's not getting picked.
That's the thing. It's like there's like multiple dog shows.
Do I want
See,
another fantasy action power fantasy?
thing-
No, thank you.
the thing is, if you pick a dog show, we're obligated to do our normal. Okay, so we're taking it out back, and that just has a worse connotation.
Crazy.
No, Inu.
Like if that show ever gets voted off, it's no.
Oh, let me read some descriptions real quick here.
Yeah. You didn't have time. It's fine.
I was reading. I was narrowing.
Oh, I meant before this, John.
No, I'm a busy man.
You've only had this spreadsheet for 2 weeks.
I don't look at the
All-
spreadsheet.
all I- all
Sean.
I
I
know-
just
I
scroll down
know.
any list
I
and
don't
click
normally look
button.
at the spreadsheet.
Yeah, you're
all I
never.
know is that I feel like I've sufficiently ruined Dragon Ball Z for our group of friends enough that he won't pick that. Probably.
I do not think anybody on this podcast is picking Daima.
All right, guys, I'm gonna flip my Pokemon Scarlet copy. to
Okay,
decide
but
which
like
one I'm gonna
Daima
pick.
like
He's my
vaguely
father.
translates to like demon. Is it evil?
Okay, I'm gonna take
Yeah, but
the
do
Do Over Damsel Conquers the Dragon Empire
Okay.
because
Rad,
it checks my
rad.
quota of mandatory one romance show.
Fun fact, John, you already picked one before that.
No, that's action. That don't count.
This is
Look.
never mind.
That's not a slice of life.
The slice of his penis.
And so now I guess it's time to
or
figure
something.
out how we're gonna do this. Let's make this really funny. Mason, do me a
What?
favor. Bring up a wheel.
I got you.
Hey, I said.
What do you want me to put on?
I want you to put our names on the wheel.
Okay,
Yeah,
so they're already there, so that's perfect.
Perfect.
First,
And
we
what
need
we're-
to decide
and what
to
we're
put
gonna
on the
do-
wheel.
And what we're gonna no, don't worry about that yet. And what we're gonna do, Mason, is you're gonna spin the wheel, and the person it lands on is gonna decide the order of what show they're gonna put on the wheel.
The
Okay.
order of what show they're gonna put on the wheel.
Yeah, this will make sense. Don't
Okay,
worry.
okay.
Yeah.
no, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's-
no,
it's
I
gonna-
got you, I
it's gonna be
got
like
you, I
the
got you.
normal bullshit.
Oh,
Okay, so
good,
Austin's
perfect.
gonna
The new
start.
guy.
Yep. So
Those
you can
overall
just
wouldn't lead me
and then
astray.
yeah, we're gonna figure out the order in which we're gonna all decide what we're gonna put on this wheel. Oh, I hate that, but sure.
Why do you hate going second? This is
No,
where
I
you wanna go
just
first,
because I'm
right?
not sure. In all honesty, I would rather wait to have the smallest amount of pickings possible to determine this.
That's honestly fair.
Because
Fair.
then you're like,
Okay,
okay,
I'll
cool.
go-
I
I'll go
let
third.
everyone else decide. There's a higher chance that everyone else picks the other shit I want to watch too.
I'm just saying, if I go last here and my shows are tanking that I want to put on there, I'm just gonna go through the lowest rated show possible, and I'm gonna put it on the wheel.
Okay.
That's
So now,
I'm looking.
now I want to
Go on,
raise
Sean,
I
sorry.
want to raise a point to,
Yeah.
to the group. Do we want to allow us to put the same show on the wheel?
No. What?
Because we could do it that if
I think it's
multiple
funny. I
if
think it's
multiple
funny.
of us
I think
want the
it's- I
show,
think it's
I
fun.
think
It
then how we do
increases
that
its
is
odds.
we just all send Mason what we're putting on the wheel.
no, I think it's fine to do it one. I think it's fine to do it in order.
Oh, you think you're in order?
Because that makes spinning that wheel completely pointless. And while also a funny bit, I don't want to do that.
And plus, that way you can also be like, "Hey, I picked it too, so we both win."
Yeah. So so Austin, what? So
Five-
what we're
five
gonna
of the same
what we're gonna
shit.
do to explain to our audience who has no idea what's happening, we're all going to pick a show, that we want on the podcast, and then we're gonna put it on the wheel, and then we're gonna spin the wheel, and we're gonna decide how that wheel spin's gonna work in a minute. And whatever show winds up being the winner, we're gonna wind up putting as our 11th show on the season.
So Austin, before you
Alright,
make your selection, I
guess
must
I'll-
know the
guess
person
I'll-
to my
I'll
right
put
said
this
she
back.
will stab us in the dick at Louisville if we don't put the dog on the wheel. So do with that information what you will.
That's okay. I'm not the one using it.
I don't know. From what I heard, Austin, I don't know about that one anymore.
we don't need to talk about that story.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do something really funny.
What are you looking at? What are you
Hey,
thinking?
you know what? Amber?
You'll see.
I ain't bound down to your demands.
Yeah, neither am I. She wants to make the pick. She can get on the show.
All right. I am going to pick.
Kirby, I got.
Fuck, where is
round
it? Hold
one.
on. I gotta fucking find it. I'm going to pick. This is a series that I've read because I have a bad problem of just reading trashy isekais for no reason. I'm going to
That's my
pick
goat.
Loner Life in Another World.
Okay, so we'll put Loner Life in Another World on the wheel.
Oh,
Is
God,
it
looks
good?
terrible. 59% on
Yeah,
AniList
about
after one
about
episode.
yeah, no,
Yo,
no, it's not.
Passion's working on it. Notoriously great track record for everything they've ever worked on.
Yeah.
If you get one thing from Passion, you're getting consistency, baby. Now the question is, I've talked a lot of things up. What if I just go completely out of left field?
Do it.
So my left field thing that I'm thinking of is Acro Trip. I actually think Acro Trip kind of looks really, really rad.
I was thinking about that one too.
Because Magical Girls, there's a couple of them. I think
Who the hell is Studio Voil?
Who's
Yeah.
Studio L?
it might be their first like official work. I think I'm gonna.
Come on, Sean. You know you want to pick Daima.
You know you want to pick dog, Sean.
You know you want to pick You Are Miss Servant.
You know you want to put MF Ghost
You
season
want
2
to
on
pick
there.
Maid Sama.
Shit, right?
You got me. You know I'm a big Eurobeat guy.
Your big
Oh,
ghost
no,
head.
You know you want the Mahjong show.
Don't I?
See, that's
I-
the thing is that he
That's the
does
thing
want
he
the
does.
mahjong show.
I know you want to pick the Mahjong show.
I think
Do
it's
it.
gonna be so
Do
bad.
it, Sean. Put the
Um,
Mahjong show on there. Austin just picked a show with a 59% rating after one episode, Sean.
Okay, but after
but
one
the
episode
Mahjong
rating
show's
means
not
actually nothing.
But the Mahjong show's not
bad.
streaming anywhere.
It's not bad.
The Mahjong show started airing 2 days ago. It's 2 cores and it's not streaming anywhere. I would be
When has that
insane.
stopped us before?
You're right.
True.
You're right,
It
but
straight up
as
didn't stop us.
you're right, but as before, as opposed to the previous seasons, some recent things have happened that makes it more difficult to solve this problem.
Well, Summertime Render.
Hey
was on
guys,
the
it's your friends at
podcast.
Crunchyroll. Do you watch anime at other sites? Would you mind telling me what those sites are? For no apparent reason.
I'm gonna
Find
say
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
you know what? I'm gonna go with my original gut on the matter, and then not do that. Just so Mason can fuck around and have fun. I'm gonna put Rama on the wheel
Let's go.
Okay.
because I will not be disappointed. It's an ecchi show, but it's by the goat. So,
I have to decide if we're doing
Yeah.
funny or if we're doing actual shows because I could put Dog on the podcast.
well, it's not your time yet, Michael. Do you know?
I got stabbed third.
Are you
all,
gonna?
all I'm saying is that I've already put dog on the wheel, so
I get it. I get clever.
Wait, I thought I got
Michael.
stabbed second, or was I
No,
second? or
you
third?
you're after Michael, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're after Michael, John.
you were second to last. So, Michael, what are you putting?
Oh,
Are
we're
you
stabbing in
going?
reverse order. I understand
Yeah.
now.
Are you going with your?
It doesn't really matter, but
I can't believe you only figured that out now. 3 people deep. Michael,
little confused, but I didn't want to say
are you gonna go with the show you were thinking about picking in contention, or are you gonna go for something
Mm-hmm.
completely off the beaten path?
My ADHD kicked in. It went Kirby cute.
Is there something more that could be like more silly thing to put on? Do I? My brain goes, oh, do I put on a JC staff show and I go through and I see 4 of the shows are JC?
Yeah, but you
Uh,
could also still pick the show you wanted to pick and still put
Yeah.
a JC staff show
Yeah, I
on it.
know.
It's probably gonna be where all their money is.
I could also put on tying the knot with an Amagami set. I'm gonna go with Magi Lumiere. Gonna
Okay.
toss that on there.
Magical Girls
Oh.
Inc. Have fun writing that one in. Okay,
It's
John.
fine. It just won't win this.
Are
next year,
you
or whatever
putting
nonsense we're
a
doing.
dog on the wheel?
I got a simple answer here. I'm gonna pull up a wheel myself.
Oh my
What
gosh,
would
I'm-
that do?
I gotta roll the wheel to figure out what I'm putting on the wheel.
Oh, we here at the podcast can't get enough of the wheel.
We really can't.
Yeah, where was? Oh god, actually not near the wheel. I actually need one more wheel.
As I think I said this in one of our group chats. We are slaves to the wheel. We
Yeah.
do not condone slavery on this podcast.
But we are.
Amber, the
slaves.
dog got stabbed, so it's not getting picked.
You're about to get stabbed. Live on camera, live. Really small feed of it. This is gonna
I'm
see
gonna
a
put-
domestic
I will
violence
put
case.
365 days to the wedding on the wheel.
Okay.
It looked cute.
Okay.
It does look very cute. Like that was one of those shows. Like even like looking at this final, I was like,
Mason,
that seems like a good time.
I just wanted to put funny light novel title on the wheel as well, but
Also,
hey,
adult
okay.
cat workplace romances have like a 50-50 on
They
this.
did pretty good on the
podcast.
show.
Like,
So-
except for Ice Guy.
yeah.
I mean, that one even made it a couple weeks at least.
So,
Okay.
Mason, the
I think
question
it got
is,
past like 1 week.
are
but just,
you
like, absolute dog?
putting the dog on the wheel.
So, some could say dog.
What are you doing?
You should
I'll become the villainess who goes down.
Like,
and-
Here.
dog shit.
if you would allow me, I will turn the stream on and you can see what I put on.
Oh,
the-
yes, of course.
wait.
That was
Let's see what-
seamless.
Oh no, a show that's not streaming anywhere. Why would you do this to me? Oh, Mason, I'm a man. I see you are a man of culture, and you've decided to put Haigakure on here, a show that Crunchyroll has wrote numerous articles about, but did not pick up for the streaming season. What great sense it makes.
I'm sure Sean was really.
So
excited about
before
that.
you spin that wheel, what the fuck are we doing with this? Are we just
Stab down.
we're doing
Stab
stab
down.
down?
Stab down. Okay.
Stab
Okay.
down gets maximum wheel spin.
So you gotta beat the show that is
Last one
the-
standing.
when you are the whole wheel, you have won.
Oh, it's me. Let's go.
The wheel
We're saved
knows.
for the show.
The wheel knows we should not
Okay,
watch.
the dog
The
is
wheel's
gone.
right. The wheel's right.
Oh.
Damn.
Okay.
We get tomboys, but not magical girls.
Damn. I mean, I just get to watch the 3 match girls on the side.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh,
it's truly come down to it.
I
I
never
put
win
this on
wheels,
as a
brother.
meme
I
thinking
never win
wasn't gonna
wheels.
win it.
Well, that's the thing. You want to lose this wheel.
Told you
Oh.
now win the wheel
No,
result.
he won,
Here we
the
go.
wheel. Won the wheel.
So that means our last show is something that you folks at home. I mean, it's still got a day. There is still a day left for it to get picked up by a streaming platform. You never know. But of course, we will obviously share with you all the absolute legal ways you can watch Haigakura when we figure it out.
Well, we also find our own legal ways, Wink, to watch this show.
So what's gonna be fun about this is assuming it's not the first show off on the podcast. One of the things
Big
we've
if-
talked about is that
Think if true.
the person talking about the wheel show can always be a person who has lost a show. That way, they always still have more things to talk about. So I'm going to put Mason here, but I'm also going to put Wheel so that we know it was indeed the wheel show. So with that in mind, and I'm going to try to nail this in talking order, we have for this season, maybe you want to drop your stream, Mason, real quick? We'll do
Yeah.
a nice yoinky splinky. What, you have a problem with the yoinky splinky?
Hit
Good,
me with
you
the
shouldn't.
Yankees point.
So, John's first pick, the show will be starting every single episode with, is Don the Don. Absolutely. Twitter's gonna love this show. No problems here. Gonna be great. Immediately followed by another show that Twitter is gonna love, Sumo Show, right?
True.
Straight back to back. Then we got Blue Box, Mecha Ude, and I do my funny, where you're going to hear about Let This Grieving Soul Retire. Then we will loop back around to John, and we will talk about the Do-Over Damsel Conquers the Dragon Emperor. We go back to Michael for How I Attended an All Guys Mixer. We go back to Austin for Orb on the Movements of the Earth. We go to Mason for Yakuza Fiance. And we go to me for Negative Positive Angling by Studio Nut. And then finally, we talk about the wheel show, Haigakura, which first week Mason will probably talk about. We'll see. Probably. There's a very good chance that Haigakura is the type of show where we're all going to need to pitch in and try to help talk about it. It very well could be one of those shows. So let's just double check. I want to see, I'm taking a look here, our latest start date for the season is October 9th. Not bad.
I really know there's not that many shows on Crunchyroll this season.
Oh, there's a lot. We just didn't pick them. So the 9th,
Well, for the pod.
the 9th, you can see nice little calendar, half of it, most of it, just enough before it gets cut off. The 9th is this Wednesday. So ideally, we would need we would be starting sometime at some time in November, unless we're gonna stream on,
crazy.
because we're probably not streaming on the 31st of October because it's Thursday and that doesn't usually work for me.
It's also Youmacon weekend, so
Yeah, so probably sometime that next week afterwards. But again, we have some extra built-in time for it, so we will probably be back in November. There, however, might be a couple of things happening before then. Give it a second to just go away. Some things that might happen before then, viewers. I might finally get around to finishing editing the first episode of the Cardfight Vanguard podcast. It might
That'd be so
happen. We might do it. And then we might have watched enough Cardfight Vanguard to do a second episode of that podcast. That is me, Mason, and Michael. In the meantime, I don't think anything else is gonna happen on the channel, but you never know. I don't know if there's anything. I mean, that kind of wraps it up. We'll be back in end of the month, start of the next month, with all 11 of our shows, 33 episodes of anime. Our new favorite number. I guess we're gonna have a conversation probably after stream about how exactly we want what exactly we want to make sure our power ranking is representing going into the new season. So that it's kind of as clear as a focus as it can be, so that everyone's kind of on a similar page. I think largely the idea is you want your power ranking, and we'll hone this in and we'll give you a real answer at the start of the next season, but I think largely the answer is you want your power ranking to be a general representation of overall thoughts on the show throughout the season. And I think it is fair to say that the earlier in the season you are, the more something can kind of get an odd position because it had a really killer episode, because you don't have a lot of things prior holding it back or to take into consideration. So the farther you get into the season, probably the less likely you are to be like, wow, that dog shit show had a crazy episode, number one it goes, because it's not really usually that's not how you actually feel about the show overall. Well, there could be some there could be some odd cases about that. Some shit could really turn around.
I mean, Yadagarasu certainly was a
Yeah.
show.
But so that'll probably be how we take a look at it. I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm doing. I got some layout things I'm gonna have to look at, but there are gonna be some changes. Things will look pretty nice. I'm gonna try. I think largely that covers that. It's 12:46, but we should probably just call it. I know we won't have a lot of time to talk about things we have going on or what we've been up to when we do the first episode, because it's the first episode, so we'll know. We're gonna be
I'll do nothing.
It'll be one of probably 2 episodes of the season where we purely talk about anime like we're supposed to do. The other one being episode 2, because usually having 10 or 11 shows is still a lot to talk about. But we'll see. I don't think we'll spend too much time here because I want to let my co-hosts go to bed if they're tired or busy or do other things. So thank
talk
you.
about what
Welcome,
you
Austin.
think.
Hi,
Talk about what you
Austin.
think you'll be up to. Wrong answers only.
I went 5-4 at Louisville. It was okay.
Okay, not what he
yeah,
said.
What?
No,
He said-
so the bit is that Louisville hasn't happened yet.
Oh, has
Yeah.
it
This is
not?
the
Oh,
bit.
okay.
No, thanks.
Oh, okay. You actually did kill it. I thought.
Yeah, no,
it
he
had.
actually did the
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
Cool,
perfectly.
let's go. Good job.
I'm
I'm actually gonna go 6-2 and make day 2.
I am definitely going to beat Dark Souls 3. I definitely have not only beaten the first boss and have just ran around like a fucking chicken with my head cut off because I didn't understand what to do with the first hour of that game.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That game gets a lot better at pointing you where to go, like an area in.
Yeah, no, I certainly got to Firelink Shrine and literally just sat there running around in fucking circles for an hour before going, oh, that's a warp point on my bonfire I didn't notice was a new location. This was
Mhm.
after I bashed my head against the thing to get the Uchigatana
Oh,
for
yeah.
quite literally 12 to 15 deaths. Because that fight, if you just get hit, you fall over if you get hit with the wrong attack.
Mhm.
Mason,
I cooked Ludek Gundyr, though.
what are you definitely, totally, 100% for sure going to be doing in the time that we are away?
Working.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Go to work.
Look, I'm just happy because I haven't had a job for 3 months now, and it's
Fair.
nice to be able to have
Fair.
one again.
True.
There's a
but-
link in the description for my other channel. And definitely 100% for sure that D&D party is going to be all nice, fun, great times. We're all going to get along great. No characters are going to die. Nobody's suspiciously probably evil. Everything's going grand, wonderful time over there. And you could check us out every Thursday. That part's real.
So, relating to that thing that's also probably going to be happening, I will most likely be streaming mine and my roommate and some of our friends' game of Alien, the
Okay.
tabletop game, which is actively the best role-playing game I've ever played in, and is, like, I think worthy of being put on the internet. It's
Okay.
very good.
Austin, feel free to also say real things you're going to be doing. Welcome to the podcast if you want to shill anything. Also,
Yeah.
at some point afterwards, do send me Twitter Twitter handle. I'm not running this bit. Send me your Twitter handle and any stream location you stream at, and I will always have them in the description of the video.
It's X, the everything app.
Yeah,
They had everything
I
on
know.
there.
Even anime.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
refuse to call it X. It is.
It's the only thing I feel
I
comfortable
I cannot do it.
Yeah.
Totally real things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be skydiving off of Mount Everest.
Ooh. You
Great.
gonna stream it too?
I don't think I'll have cell phone reception, so
Fair enough.
unfortunately,
Oh,
as much as
damn.
I'd like to,
There.
probably can't.
But what if you go live when you do get cell phone reception?
That would be
That'd be
pretty
sick.
banger. Not gonna lie.
Okie dokie then, ladies and gentlemen. We will also thing I'm legitimately probably gonna do is stop reading manga. Definitely. You can't stop gonna put all
We
those
can
on
stop
pause.
him.
No, you can't. All I've done is started reading more. But yeah, we're gonna call for the night, you guys. Have a great night, and we will see you for the fall.